Okay. All right. Hey, everyone. John here, staff software engineer with 10 plus years of experience. Recently, I have been streaming the social sign-in for Google, enabling social sign-in. Okay. So here is the GitHub issue. I think that's the pull request. Here is the GitHub issue. And I've streamed for 3 parts. I've spent probably 6 hours on this. And it's been really painful because of Blitz.js. So why not try to leave Blitz.js? What's the point in having a side project if you can't do crazy things on occasion? So I'm going to try to re-implement the application in T3 Stack. This is a large task, so I'm going to be time boxing iterations. So I could work on this all day today. I actually have kind of a free day, so we could do several streams today. But I don't want to work on it all day if it's not going to end up working. So the first iteration that I'd like to do is move laterally 3, the repository in front of us, into a mono repo pattern. And that sounds really intimidating, but what I'm hoping to do really is to take the Blitz app and stick it into a folder. So it shouldn't be hard. And if it is hard, we'll just skip this step. And then I will create a T3 app as a sibling in the monorepo approach. And then I can migrate bit by bit. So that will enable me to do this iteratively instead of having to do a big bang approach where I wipe it and install. Okay, so that is the idea currently. If the monorepo approach fails, I will still maintain the Blitz.js structure and I will add one more folder, which is the T3 folder. That's kind of like plan B. And then, yeah, plan C would be the, wipe the whole thing out or create a new repository. And then plan D would be, let's stick with Blitz and we'll do this manual CSRF token handling on every page. Why am I taking this drastic approach? It's not just that CSRF tokens are annoying. They are. The bigger problem is that if I manually handle the CSRF token with next auth, this has implications on every endpoint in Blitz.js because Blitz query expects the Blitz session. So the real reason that I'm willing to take this drastic measure is I don't want to go update every query and mutation. That's already like a third of the application there. So if I'm going to update all of them, let's update all of them once into a more modular approach, which T3 gives us. So T3 endpoints are going to be using TRPC, which is a more decoupled modular approach, and it's better maintained. So I'll bring this back up. I showed this a few streams ago, but it's been a few streams. I don't expect that you saw it. So I'll bring this back up. GitHub compare. Okay. And what I want to compare is Blitz.js and TanStack query. React query has only gotten better over the years. Yeah. Okay. So here's some quick metrics. You can compare stars, forks, open issues. And so way more stars on TanStack, approximately the same open issues, better maintained. So last commit was 2 days ago. Blitz did have a recent commit, good for them. But if we look behind the issues, it's actually the sum of the issues and the pull requests. Okay, so if you sum these, it's what, 79? Yeah, so 79 here. And if you sum, so 69 issues on Blitz. So Blitz actually has more issues, is the point I'm trying to make. Blitz has more issues and fewer pull requests than indicated by this top line summary. And the top line summary is already favoring React query. Okay. And the other thing that I want to point out about this pull request is half of them are mine and they haven't been addressed in months. So these are some of the reasons that I'm like, and this is like a security thing. So these are some of the reasons that it feels like it's not being poorly kept. It's not being well maintained. Sorry. So that's some of the background. Thanks so much for the follow, Ashish. Thank you for being here. Hope everyone will throw some likes on the video and we'll kick off. Let me make sure no one has asked anything on YouTube yet. I don't see any YouTube questions yet. So let's go team. This is an ambitious, thinking big, like let's just do it from scratch. So here, I'm going to roll back my active changes. Okay, so we'll roll back all of these, discard all of these. This one where we have the next auth secret, I'll keep that, sure. Next auth secret. And now I will start a new branch. I'm going to go ahead and use the same issue for the feature branching. This issue 103 relates to Google authentication. So TRPC in Google, git fetch origin main. We're going to reset hard on origin main. And I can publish this branch, but I won't be able to make a pull request just yet because I have no diff at the moment. But I'll go ahead and just bring the tab up so that we can prepare in a moment. Okay. So from a feature branch perspective, this is still related to authentication, right? Because what's the whole motivation of this revamp? Really, it is the authentication piece. Decoupling authentication. Blitz.js is doing too much and not keeping up with it. So at the beginning, like years ago, it was leading the pack of higher order frameworks, and it was doing everything, and it was doing everything well. And that's the reason that I chose it. It included authentication. It took care of everything. Code gen. But the authentication hasn't kept up. The app router in particular has been a major pain point for Blitz. And so it's time to leave. And I'm really buying into T3's more modular approach, where even if T3 gets dated, one of the beautiful things about the modular approach, even if it gets dated, you can break out of it more easily, or you can update this or that bit, this or that component, this or that layer, rather than needing to put everything into TRPC, right? A lot of it is glue code. So when you ask the question, like, why would I use TRPC at all? I could get Next.js, I could get NextAuth, I could get Prisma, I could get TanStack Query, and I could just assemble them myself. And the answer is like, yeah, you could do that. One of the main things TRPC gives you is you don't have to do that. There are other people who have done that, and they've done it really, really well. And so a lot of the value of TRPC or T3 stack is going to be the glue code. Which is really well done. And I'm not sure if we'll end up looking at it, but if you end up looking at it, it's pretty simple to change and it's pretty simple to evacuate if needed. Okay. So now, do I have T3? I'll use npx for it. So npx, let's try to move everything into a folder first. It really bugs me that this stuff is here. That needs to go away. Git log -1. Better aspect ratio for logo. Yeah. This commit list is wrong. I don't know if there's like a VS Code caching issue. Let me close VS Code and open it again. This has been happening like a lot lately, that VS Code will have bad caching. If you start seeing weird things in your IDE, turn it off and turn it back on again. Still here. Why is it so 103 Google Auth? Okay, so it's remembering it from the other branch. I guess that's just this preview features behavior. It's kind of weird to me. Okay. So let's try to move everything into a folder. So here's laterally, and I'm going to make a new folder. I'm going to call this Blitz app. Okay. VS Code, I've looked at a few of these. I don't need this anymore, so I'll delete that. Settings, I don't need this anymore. VS Code extensions, I can leave here. It's still going to be relevant at the top level. Husky hooks, I could take it or leave it. I really don't care. All it does is it runs pretty quick, which is like that's a good thing to run. It is fast. It's not slowing me down. So I will be happy to leave that at the top level. Okay, GitHub CI. This is going to be relevant, independent of whether I use Blitz or TRPC. I still want this Discord integration that notifies my Discord server on pull request. Let's go ahead and install this. And I can even add it to the recommended extensions. Let's see, where's the page for this? So here's the item name. And I will add it to my recommended extensions. VS Code keeps expanding folders that I've collapsed. Like what? Okay, extensions. Okay. And then I guess we can sort these alphabetically. It doesn't really matter, but why not? Cool. So there's a commit already. So chore, recommend GitHub Actions. Cool. So I should see only the VS Code changes, not the other stuff. Yeah, good. So this is looking good. This will be feet, or this is really a refactor. Use T3 stack. Okay, so we have the pull request sort of initialized here. Good. And now let's try to move everything into a folder. Okay, so we're on this blue line. Here's Blitz app. DB, I'll move it into the folder. I could leave out because I'm going to be using Prisma with T3 as well. Docs is going to stay top level. That's agnostic. Integrations, Postmark, it should go inside the app. Mailers inside the app. Okay. Even node modules, yeah. I think pretty much all this stuff is going to go inside the app, and then we can move DB over later. I think that's the approach I'll go for. The editor config and stuff like that, I'm not sure. Okay, so we're moving that all into there. I want it to still be ignoring these JSON files. So this should reduce the things that I'm tracking. Let's see, that didn't work. Oh, I guess they are getting ignored now, and it's still 2,000 files. Okay. Okay. So what about these migration files? Yeah, I want to keep those. Everything else, do we intend to commit this stuff? These little JSON files down here. Probably don't want to commit these. Let me double check if these are in, they're not like sensitive information. It's just like a lot of data. So the video data, YouTube transcriber video data. Is it in prod today? So we go to the scripts, YouTube transcriber video data. Yeah, okay. Looks like it's all versioned here as well. Okay. I could do those by themselves just because it's so noisy on the git diff. That's pretty much it, right? That's where all these thousands are coming from. Okay, I mean, why not? It's a little overly cautious, but so this, I will chore, ignore, nested user backups. And then following package was not found and will be installed pretty quick. Okay. So Husky Hook is going to create a top level package for the monorepo. I think that's okay. I think that's okay. So let's npm init. Package name, laterally. I'm going to call it laterally IO. Fine, we'll call it laterally 3. Version 2, this is going to be version 3. Let me cancel this. npm init laterally monorepo. Version 1.0, we'll say. We'll skip this, skip all this stuff. Okay, so we've got this new package JSON. Package lock should be, it's way too big. Why is all this stuff in the package lock? Workspace laterally. Yeah, no, this is not good. Laterally 3. There's way too much stuff here. So did I not move in the package JSON? That's on me. That's the issue. Yeah, that's on me. Okay, so package lock, this is going in the Blitz app. And now I need to do that npm init again. So this is making a package JSON in the root of the monorepo, which is different than the one in the Blitz app. Okay. The installation should be fast. It's just one package. Okay, good. That's what I expected. Okay, so here is the monorepo package lock, and here's the monorepo package Jason, what is going on, dude? There's way too much stuff in here. I left the description empty. So it pulled it out of the README. Is this like a new feature of npm init that I don't know about? This is crazy. Let me just manually make the package JSON, I guess. Okay. That was crazy. Cool. So, and then I want to get rid of the package lock that I have because it has way too much stuff in it. I'm going to discard that. This chore ignore nested user backups. Let's see if I can commit this now. Cool. So Husky hook's cleared. We'll push that. And then the rest of this stuff. So let me. Yeah, I'll keep the package JSON. I'll ditch the package lock. We'll delete that. Keep the package JSON. I need to fix it up though for the Blitz app because it has this like extraneous npm init meta. I could just check out the one from main. Yeah, git checkout origin main package.json. Okay, so this is going to check out that one file. I'm going to copy it and immediately revert it. It's on my clipboard, and then here in the nested Blitz app, I can paste it. Okay, so this is just the package JSON for the Blitz app. That's looking good. So I'll stage that. This is chore Blitz app package JSON. Git push. Then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to revert all this other stuff that I did so that I can get away from 2,000 files in one commit. So we're going to revert all this other stuff. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move the YouTube, the script folder at first. So this will be well over 1,000. Yeah. And this includes all those JSONs that we decided are already in main. So this is going to be refactor. Is this like a chore really? Chore move. Move script folder. Okay. It's really, really big, so it's like freaking out my IDE. So we'll commit it through the command line. Husky exited. Cannot find Tailwind. Yeah, sure. Why does Husky need Tailwind? You won't be able to find it because I removed it out of the top level node modules. Why does Husky care? Does prettier, oh, because I have a prettier Tailwind integration. Okay. Do I want my Tailwind to be top level of the monorepo? That feels really weird, right? It's a weird thing to do. No, I don't want that. So I could delete Husky. I could temporarily disable Husky. I could try to push Husky down into the Blitz folder. This is an interesting problem. I think I'd like to push Husky down into the Blitz folder, if I may. So let's see. So we'll run pretty quick -- staged. In a monorepo, can I run, can I place? Yeah, of course I can. How can I have Husky hooks scoped to a single directory of a monorepo? And I'll ask this to GPT and Claude both so that I can have a little more confidence in whatever the answer is. So I'll have the top level pre-commit and it'll run. It just won't run npx pretty quick. Yeah. Okay. Cool, and now it's going to do it only on the stage files. That's cool. Okay, so let's see if this works. So I'll cd into the Blitz app, and I'll npmi. Problem with the testing library. That's okay. I haven't really used tests anyway. So let's go into the Blitz app. We'll go to the package.json. Testing library. So I'll get rid of the testing library stuff. Do I have Jest? Do I have Vitest? We'll get rid of Vitest. Okay, so the package.lock cleared, and now we're just dealing with Husky. That's okay. So I'll stage this in my commit message. This will be chore move YouTube transcriber data, or like move scripts, chore move scripts to Blitz after, and RM testing from Blitz app. Okay. So we'll get that ready. I need to, let's see, I can go ahead. I could commit it if I want to skip Husky. .git can't be found, it says. What was this previously? Oh, okay. So ChatGPT thinks that my monorepo is using Git submodules, which I'm not. Have your pre-commit run lint staged? Did you run npm CI? Why are you using, whoa, that's a lot of questions in a short span of time. Why are you using GPT for a linting pre-commit? Why use GPT for anything? GPT is great for CI and config. Like that's a really great use case to use GPT. Oh, did I not install Husky in the new top level? That would be a problem for sure. So package.json, dev dependencies. Yeah, so this doesn't have Husky. Okay. Do you not know of lint staged? Lint staged isn't gonna do it. What, like, oh man, I love the crazy chat when they just pull up and they just know everything. So lint staged doesn't work. Like the GPT that you're mad at found like a real issue, which is that Husky's not installed in the top level package. Okay. Lint staged is a package. And why should I use it instead of Husky? You don't have a script to use the command. You're not making sense. I don't know what you're trying to say. If you're trying to advocate that I should uninstall Husky and install something else, like you have given me no reason to do that. This is supposed to be a migration. Like I've been using Husky. So the idea here is not to like swap out libraries. Okay. npm husky save dev. Cool. With this, why is my VS Code, it's not updating. Why did it? Oh, because I'm in the wrong directory. Darn. That's on me. So let me roll this back and roll this back. CD up a level. And now I'll install save dev Husky. So now we have Husky installed. I don't think that solves the whole problem though, does it? Create a pre-commit hook. Yeah, something like this. I need the prepare. Isn't there usually a prepare? With Husky, isn't there usually a prepare script for the package JSON file? You need to install Husky in your app. Yep, that's that's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying. Install command is deprecated. Okay, what version of Husky do I have? I'm using Husky 9. Okay, so it's just the keyword Husky now. Sweet. Okay. This is looking good. I already have this pre-commit thing, so I'm going to leave that out. And so now, will it work? Husky deprecated. Thanks for the likes. They will fail in V10. So it's still trying to grab Tailwind out of the child folder. Okay. I might need to just pause Husky for now. Okay, so it's saying as long as it's a dependency in the child folder, I should be good. Let's alter the Husky script. Good. And then do I have a node modules ls pipe grep node? So I have my node modules here. And if I go into CD Blitz app, do I have a node modules there? Yeah, so I have both. I'm going to delete my top level node modules, and then I'm going to reinstall. Thanks for the follow. Love how fast that install was, right? Okay. Now I'm going to check my lower level. So here I want to make sure that the Prettier Tailwind plugin is absent. So here's Pretty Quick, but there's no Prettier Tailwind. Beautiful. And there's no Tailwind at all. Great. Now if I dive into Blitz app, I want to see it. I want to see Prettier and Prettier plugin Tailwind. So many things, Prettier plugin Tailwind. There we go. And it's also defined in the package JSON of the Blitz app as well. Prettier, yeah, both of them, Prisma and Tailwind. Go team. And it's under dev dependencies. Great. So we should be aligned. Should be aligned now. All right, let's try this again. Okay, so what's the complaint now? Cannot find module prettier plugin Tailwind CSS. It's there. Okay, so maybe the config internally is like referencing. So we're referencing, yeah. Since I moved that into the Blitz app, I need to also move my configs into the Blitz app. That's the step I was missing. So prettier and Tailwind. I guess we'll do all of them. I don't need Vitest anymore, so we'll delete that. Types, yeah, we'll move all of it. Let's see. I'm gonna skip Husky for now because the whole point of breaking up my commits was that I don't move it all together. So move scripts to the Blitz app dir and remove testing from Blitz app and install Husky at top level. We can do all of this even while skipping the actual Husky run. So git commit, ignore hooks, ignore pre-commit. No verify. That's the flag I'm looking for. You get a point. You get a point. Git commit -- no verify. Trust me, bro. Okay, cool. And so now let's move in the config files next. Seems like that's the good move. We'll do all of these because why not? Do I want prettier ignore at the top level? No, all the prettier stuff is going in, right? Git ignore we'll keep at the top level. ESLint will go in. Contributing can stay at the top level. Editor config, I don't know. Let's pretend that's like prettier and drag it in. These environment variables are going to be specific to the project, so we'll drag them in. Cool. So my top level is a lot cleaner now. Isn't that great? What's the npm RC? Ellie, don't yell at me. Just joined. How did npm install run so fast? Because there aren't many packages. That's the answer. There's only 2 packages. Now that I've split the mono repo. Good question. Okay, so the top level is a lot cleaner and we're basically ready to insert T3. So let's make sure this works now. So we'll stage all these. And this is a different chore now. This is chore move config files into Blitz app. And it committed. Husky for the win. Okay, it only took us an extra 20 minutes. Trade-offs everywhere. I think it was worth it. What do you think, team? Git push. Why is the job market brutal for software engineers? Like relative to what? I mean, so the way to think about the job market is you want to think about the compensation and then you want to compare it across industry. And so the thing about software engineers is that some of them, like they're highly compensated. Like the starting pay is around like 70, 80K USD. And that's in for like a non-hub location. So like in New York, in the Bay, the starting is going to be even higher. Getting into 6 digits is really easy. Pretty much you graduate from junior and you're in 6-digit territory. So in other industries, getting paid 6 digits could take you a decade of work. And so, yeah, that's the level that the market is asking for that marginal return. Like that's the skill that justifies those wages. Does that make sense? So it's brutal, quote unquote. I mean, like, I think the brutal thing is just because it was easier in like 2021. So I think the whole brutal thing is that it's like harder than 2021, but it's only like 15% harder, right? Interviewing.io has data on what it takes to pass a coding round, and it is harder. The bar is raised, but like not that much, dude. Not that much. So I think one of the big reasons that people think that the market is brutal is because it's just socially popular. If it bleeds, it leads. It's just great to talk about how hard things are. The truth is there are tried and true, like identified practices. And if you put it into work, then they work. And it takes time. So it's going to take you 3 to 6 months to get a job. The job search is its own skill set, right? But if you went to college or if you went to a reputable boot camp, then you have the credentials, and then you just need to do the job search, which is going to take another 3 to 6 months. Here's a couple other reasons that I think people call it brutal. There's a gap in expectation where I don't know when this happened, but at some point there were like some people telling a lot of people that it's so easy. And easy means different things to different people. So some people who like had no background in tech, I don't know, where are these people coming from? They're like coming out of high school, they didn't even go to college. And easy to them means like equivalent to working a McDonald's job. It's a lot harder than that. Coding is a lot harder than that. Ryan Dickinson, I'm a junior and it took me 6 months to find my first job. Totally believable. Totally believable. And I think a lot of people are in that boat. I think if you had known the tried and true practices, you could have done it faster, maybe in half that time, but probably not in less than half that time. So sign up to Laterally. You can check out the networking scripts. One of the big things is that you need to be socially networking. And a lot of engineers that I see, especially on the junior side, they think if they can code, they should magically get a job. That's not how it works. You need to have soft skills. You need to be able to represent yourself properly, conduct an interview, find the opportunity to begin with. Okay, so that has to do with search techniques. So if you go to my TikTok, the pinned video, where I'm wearing a colorful jacket, this one, I go through the 7 search techniques. So these are core skills. You should learn search techniques before you learn to code. If you have learned to code and you don't know how to search, then you're missing something extremely fundamental. So if you were to ask me, hey, John, how should I learn to code? You are engaging in a social search activity. Like you're searching for an answer. And the truth is when you're coding, you're always going to run into problems. You're going to have this error, that error, this problem. And you need to know how to get past those. And the way you get past those are search techniques. And I found that a lot of colleges, a lot of boot camps don't intentionally train these search techniques. And it's a real miss. Ryan, what's up? What's up? Oh, there's multiple Ryans on different channels. So this is Ryan Tryon. So random, I came across you here. I'm a recruiter. We've spoken before. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Maybe the algorithm is creeping on you, huh? Kyle Simmons, thank you so much for the follow. Ben, thanks for the share. All right, good question about the job market being brutal, Rob. Hope that helped it. One thing that can ease your pain, sign up for Laterally. It's totally free. Join the social community. Social emotional learning reduces stress, among other benefits. It also improves learning retention, learning by teaching, and all sorts of other things that you can only do in a peer context. You cannot do in a silo. Don't be a siloed engineer. How are you going to social network if you're a siloed engineer? Join a team, join a group, join a community. Highly recommend, obviously, Laterally. Another really good one is Taro. I'm a member of the Taro community. Big shout out to them. That one's not free. It's like $30 a month. I think it's well worth it. And then there's other communities that cost more. There's this thing called Formation. I'm at the point where I do recommend it, but it's going to be really expensive unless you're already making 6 figures, and then it's not so much of a big deal. But if you're a junior, I could understand that Formation would be considered really expensive. Okay. We got Husky working. And now, what do we do now? Where do we go now? We can move in the mailers, the integrations, the DB folder. Public folder. Oh, okay, source. So here I'm deleting test. That can be its own commit. Public and source are going into the Blitz app. So pretty much the only thing external now is the DB. We'll do that in its own commit because it's large. And this top level is thinning out. This is exactly what we want to see to prepare a monorepo. Nick Curry, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Hey, if you're liking the video, throw some likes on it. That will help the algorithm send it around the platform. I think I'm going to do multiple streams today. And the context of this stream, I'm trying to get to the point where I initialize that T3 app. We don't need to do everything in this. We don't need to get all the way to Google sign in working in the T3 app. I just want to get to the point where I can initialize it and see each app running in a localhost context. There's going to be other things we need to do in CI like Blitz or like Vercel configuration to support the monorepo. I won't be doing that right now. Just getting them both working locally. So I really hesitate to even put the DB in here because I'm not going to be running any migrations, but I need this index TS, don't I? Yeah. For the app to function, I need that to be there. So I'll go ahead and move it in. And so this is like chore or refactor, move DB dir into Blitz app. What does it mean to repair a monorepo? I think it's just like a bug fix, huh? I think that's all it means. Your monorepo is not working and then it is working. That the delta there is the repair. Sergio, how long have you been in this field? A little over 10 years, not quite 11 years. Okay, so let me try to CD into the Blitz app and then npm run, or yeah, npm run dev. Will it work locally? Found lock file missing, patching, successfully patched. Run npm I to make sure deps are loaded. I don't know if I care that much. All those push requests and for what? Is that a joke? I feel like that's a joke. Sometimes I have trouble detecting. Okay, we got it working locally. Let's go, team. All right. I'm not gonna think through whether that's a joke. So could you just tell me? Because I'm trying to focus on this other thing. Whoa, what happened over here? What actually happened over here? It's the .next folder. That's what it is. Okay, it's doing a lightweight build. I consider it as a friendly banter. Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's right. Okay, so let me update the git ignore. I think that's all we need to do. So my git ignore, where are you, my friend? I'm in the wrong directory. My brain is having trouble adjusting to the monorepo that was completely my idea. Okay. So we're ignoring the next build, right? But we're not ignoring it when it's nested. So we're going to have to ignore that now. Cool. And that drops down. It ends up ignoring all of those build files. Cool. So chore, ignore nested next build dir. Yo, I'm thirsty. I am thirsty. Don't worry, I'll wait till the stream's over. I won't be drinking in the middle of the stream. I'm sticking it out for y'all because I love y'all. Carlos, thank you so much for the follow. Z, thank you so much for the likes. Not sure if you're reaching anybody. Ooh, what does that mean? There's 10 people on TikTok alone, and I got other channels. Z was just smashing the like. What do you mean? I'm not sure if I'm reaching anybody. You're so smart for understanding all of this. Hey, it just takes time. It just takes time, Prime. You can do it too. Hope you'll follow the page, join the community. You can get a remote job. It's real. Like, call me biased, but I enjoy the lifestyle personally. Of course, I am the freak that's coding on a Saturday. So whatever, teach their own. Over 200 likes. Thank you so much. So now we have the Blitz app quarantined. So we've successfully moved from a repo to a monorepo, kind of, even though we only have one child element of the monorepo. Now we're in a position to win. Now we're in the position to run T3 app. T3 app. So this is for personal use, or do you work a remote job? This is a personal use, basically. I mean, calling it personal use is super weird because it's a community website with like half a dozen contributors. I'm just the lead. And it's like used by hundreds of people. It's not just me. So it's weird to call it personal use. It's not personal use. It's like public use. It's community use, right? But it's not my day job, if that's what you're asking. IDK what GitHub is, sorry. Hey, no need to apologize. We all start from wherever we are. I wasn't born knowing what GitHub is. So GitHub is a website that allows people to share code. So I'm not building GitHub, I'm using GitHub, right? And so Latterly uses GitHub to make this open source website. So this website is totally open source. Open source is a big deal. If you're not familiar with the concept of GitHub, you may not be familiar with the concept of open source. But whenever you go to websites, if you go to like google.com, websites are either open source or closed source. And open source is a really, really big deal. That means anybody can use it and modify it for free without any fear of legal retribution. And it's also really great for skill building and community development. So it's really all about sharing and community. Like I don't make a profit off this website. I make a few dollars in revenue, but it's all negatively costed. So at the moment anyway. And if I started making money, it wouldn't just accrue to me as a monopoly because it's open source. Other people could just copy it. And I would view that as a good thing because I'm not here to just like make a bunch of money. It's about the community. I like how you can view the code. Yeah, 100%. Appreciate it. I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. All right, so let's start a T3 app. NPM create. That's interesting. That's new. I thought I would be using NPX. It's not a typo, is it? Let's see. NPM has a new capability. Dig it. Is it okay to proceed? Absolutely. Please do. What will your project be called? This will be called Latterly. Let's call it Latterly IO. TypeScript, baby. Do you like Tailwind? Hell yeah. Do you like TRPC? Hell yeah. What authentication would you like to use? We're going to use NextAuth. And I'm going to go for Prisma. I hope there's no Drizzle in the chat. Okay, Drizzle's all right. It's not bad. It's pretty good. But I've been using Prisma, and I'm not interested in switching over right now. Would you like to use the Next.js app router? Yeah, buddy. And we're going to go for Postgres, which is far superior. Should we initialize a Git repo? No. Don't do that. Should we run npm install? Sure, why not? Import alias, cool. Successfully set up all the boilerplate. It just makes my heart happy when I see so much green. So many successful green flags. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate in there. I'm going to try to run it. And that's going to be the end of the stream. We're at right about an hour. I think it's kind of mind blowing if we're able to. No, it's not mind blowing. It's a moderate. It's like a solid good job. If you can coerce a large app to a monorepo in an hour, dude. No, that's really awesome. We did a great thing here. We did a great thing here. And then I'll take a break, take a walk outside, touch some grass, drink some water. And then in another hour, I think we can get social working, which means we will have done so much stuff in 2 hours compared to the 6 hours of beating my head against the wall for the past 2 or 3 days in the Blitz context. Yeah? All right, let's not count our roosters before they chicken. Don't count your roosters before they chicken out. You know what I mean? That's not how you say that saying, by the way. Gucci Mane knows JavaScript. Let's go! Gucci Mane loves JavaScript. I'm not going to say the rest of it. You can. That whole trend is hilarious to me. All right, we have some bugs. Nice. Invalid environment variables. Oh yeah, I always forget that T3 requires a Discord client. Have you played Bitburner? No, we're not here to play. We're building real stuff. We're building real stuff. I can try to spin up a Discord client. I don't know if I'm able to just sort of instantaneously do that though. All right, so here's the Discord developer. That was quick, wasn't it? I already had the tab open because I have a different application that uses Discord. Oh no, Latterly uses Discord. It just doesn't use it for social auth. I wonder if I can reuse that token. So in my GitHub workflow, here's CI, we have a Discord integration, right? Does Gucci Mane know Python? It only has the webhook. Okay, it doesn't have the client secret. Let me look. Okay, cool. Let me make a client secret. So here we are with the Discord developer applications. We're making a new application. I don't know if it has to go through audit. If it has to go through audit, it's not going to be ready right now. Name, Latterly, IO, social, sign in. To sign in, it's okay. 2 words. Cool. I agree to all the terms. App icon. Let's upload the Square logo. Look at that. Gorgeous. Love to see it. Let's you log into latterly.io using social sign-in. Tags, authentication, auth. Like I don't know. Why do I have any of these things? I think that's all that I want to show on screen. So you see the OAuth 2 over here on the left. I'm going to go get some top secret sauce out of there. And you're not allowed to load. La 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 la. Okay. Let's close others. Here is the env.example. Okay, here's the env.example. And I'm going to take this off screen while I get the real env. Dun, 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 dun. Bam. And I can tear that out. So these tabs, you can tear these tabs kind of like this. Bam. I'm having trouble showing you. Okay, how can I show the tear out functionality? VS Code has this tear out functionality. It's really, really useful for streamers. Okay, so I can bring it out of the VS Code. You see how I'm dragging it out of VS Code? And now it's like its own window. Okay, so I did that with the .env. Does that make sense? So I have the real env file on my other screen. I have 3 monitors. 3 monitors is useful. There's statistical research to show the productivity gain. And this is one of the instances you can see why. So got my Discord client over here. Got my, what do I need? I need a client ID and a client secret. Okay, so I'm going to click that OAuth tab I showed you. Client ID, right there, front and center. Love to see it. Copy, paste. And what about the secret? select at least one OAuth 2 scope. Okay, this is interesting. I can bring this on screen. So these are the scopes. Before I get the secret, it wants to know what scope. I think it's this social layer. So I'm going to Google Discord auth. Actually, let me ask GPT. And I already have an expectation ahead of time, right? But often it will get some things that I miss. What Discord OAuth 2 scopes should I select for a social sign-in experience? It would also be nice. Okay. I need to know user email as part of this. It would also be nice to know their like name or username and a profile picture. Those are optional. If you want to know which servers the user is in, I do, because that will facilitate social networking. If I see Jim and John are on a shared server, that's really, really cool. Okay, identify email and guilds. Identify email and guilds. Great. Guilds, identify email and guilds. Cool. All right, let me take this back off screen. So now select redirect URL. Yeah. The redirect URL is going to be latterly.io. So I need two of these. A local host. Thanks for the follow. So let me show you this bit as well. When you're using TRPC, and you can check the documentation, I just happen to already know this. The where do I put it? I need to put it somewhere else. Okay. I'll show you in a moment what the redirect URL looks like. It has a certain way that it needs to look. Okay, and I'm not showing the secret in that window. Okay, so it has to look like this. It has to look like this. And so we'll use Discord in this case. That is just a convention of the way that TRPC does it. And so I'll do localhost, and I'll also do a prod form. So the prod URL is going to be latterly.io. Cool, so we'll save those changes. Nice. Dragging this off the screen again, hopefully for the last time. Give me my secret, homie. Your app will stop working until you update this secret. I mean, it wasn't working. It wasn't working anyway. What do you mean? Got it. I know your secret. I know my own secret, actually. I wish there was a way to do this without secrets. Secrets just feel like a creepy, grimy thing to me. I'm not a big fan of secrets. I am Rich. Thanks for the follow. Okay, so now we have the environment variable there. So will it cook? Will it cook, chat? Double click this to expand the screen. And we're going to npm run dev. Loaded the env file. It says ready. It says it's ready. Do you believe it? Oh, I didn't connect the Postgres. Okay, well, this runs. I didn't connect the Postgres. I'll do that next stream. So yeah, I'm considering this a win. There's no red flag so far. There's an error here, and we expect that, and that's because, okay, we hooked up Discord, but social sign-in is not going to work until the database connection is good as well. I'm going to do that next stream. In my opinion, and let me go ahead and commit this. In my opinion, this looks like a lot of really, really, really green flags for if you have a Blitz JS application, I know there's not many of us out there, but if you need to do a TRPC migration, so far it looks like we can do a two-step pattern where you step into a monorepo and then we iteratively, incrementally migrate over to T3. It seems like this is like something that you can set up the iterative base within half a day, which is just super awesome, super awesome. So this will be feat init T3 app. Okay, you're mad about something again. Why? Is it Husky again? Husky is always mad. Maybe it's because T3 tried to add its own Husky internally. So who's mad here? This thing. Prettier third-party Blitz app node modules. Why is this? Blitz is like blocking my T3 app. It's like, no, don't use a third party. Bruh. I think I can just, I'll just no verify. Feels bad, but I'll do it. And then we can come clean this up later. Commit m no verify. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you'll follow. I see we got thank you, Jay. Thank you, yeah, for the follow. Later today, I will be doing multiple other streams, and we're going to get this